Hi, it's Olivia, and today I'll be reviewing Beauty and the Beast, Kong Skull Island, and Life, and all of these should be spoiler-free, but because I'm talking about so many, I'm just going to get right into it with Beauty and the Beast. Very popular movie based off the just timeless original Disney animated film, and this was one of those, this was on my list of most anticipated films of 2017, but I was nervous about it going in because I hold the original one so dear to my heart, and I couldn't help like the high expectations that I had. The thing is, I don't really care for the Disney live action remakes. Like, I didn't like The Jungle Book, or at least I just thought it was really mediocre, along with Maleficent and Oz the Great and Powerful. It's just like, they're really pretty to look at, but I feel like the story and acting is always mediocre. For Beauty and the Beast, I thought that it was good. But I know a lot of people are saying it's amazing. That's fine. I personally just really didn't think it was anything special, like, at all. Let me just start out with what I liked. I think Gaston, who plays him, Luke Evans, just stole the show. It's like he was born to play that part. He was perfect, like, so spot on. I was looking forward to his scenes, and one of my favorite scenes from the original movie, the Gaston, his, no one's next as incredibly, when they're in the bar and they're all singing, and that whole scene was great. And also LeFou, also really loved the transformation back to, by the way, can you even say spoilers anymore? I do not know a single person who has not seen the original movie, but when he goes, spoiler alert in case you didn't know, he turns back into a prince, and that's just something so memorable from the original film, how the light would, just how it looked, how, the light coming out of his palms and feet, and the whole scene. I just really liked how they did that in the movie. It looked really beautiful, and the music that was playing, I think they kept some of the original music, like the original piano music, and also overall the whole thing just looked really pretty. Like, it looked very visually pleasing. Moving on to things I didn't like, I really didn't care for the intro, and I was trying to look, I can't help but compare it to the original, and I try to imagine if I'm looking at it on its own, I still wouldn't really like the way they did the beginning. It was just, I didn't think it was anything special. And then also, the iconic dance between Belle and the Beast. I think in the trailers you see like one split second of it, like when he's picking her up and spinning her, and it's like the way the camera moves. That moment is perfect, but I feel like that came like at the very end of their dance. The beginning of it, it didn't wow me. I think Emma Watson did really good as Belle. When it comes to the singing, I just think the problem is that it's in my mind so much, the original songs, and Belle's voice from the original movie is gorgeous, and she can hold really long and pretty high notes, and so it just really stood out to me when Emma Watson's voice couldn't reach that register. I don't know, it didn't mean it was bad, it was just, it really stood out to me when it wasn't reaching those notes. Maybe they were doing that on purpose because they didn't want to be like a carbon copy of the original movie, but I mean. And one other thing I didn't like, one of my favorite scenes from the original, which is in here, I didn't think it was that powerful, is when the Beast is like demanding that Belle come out for dinner. In the original, he's so forceful and shouting it, and she's like, I forgot what she said in return, but he stormed off. He was just furious and roared, and I didn't feel that. I would still recommend this movie. A lot of people found it amazing, so maybe, I might just be the odd one here. It does have like those pulls at your heart from the nostalgic original film, especially when they have any bit of like the original music. I can't help it, like the original piano just gets me. But I would give this like a 6.5 out of 10. Moving on to Kong Skull Island, this was just so much fun to watch, and you have to know, I feel like if you are a fan at all of like the kaiju movies with all the like movie monsters, if you're just a fan of Godzilla, if you're a fan of the King Kong movies, it's just fun. I'm such a nerd for that stuff, and the end credits yes. I was like, I think it was just me and 2 other people in the theater, but I was holding back from just jumping up and cheering at the end credits. I was so excited. The movie itself, I like how they were not greedy with the Kong footage. Not far into the movie, after they've gotten to the island, you will see him, and you will see him in his full glory, and it's awesome. It is like pretty gore. I forgot if this is PG. I think it's PG-13. But I mean, the way lots of people die in this movie, and it's pretty violently, but I mean, I thought it was cool. I also loved the other creatures on this island and how they showed up in the movie and the fights. It was action-packed, and it was just a lot of fun to watch this movie. I think with many monster movies, the flaws come with the humans. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I just don't care that much about the humans in these stories. I just want to see our favorite monsters. But I like I think, yeah, Brie Larson, she played the photographer. To me, her character kind of just filled the role as like that girl who creates a soft spot for Kong. But she really didn't do anything in this movie except take pictures. And honestly, like, sometimes with such a grand character and being like Kong, the humans sometimes just feel so irrelevant. You know, Samuel Jackson in here was really good. I just didn't really care what his character was, what his goal was. I just thought it was a really pointless thing for his character to be seeking. But I just really enjoyed this movie. I'd give it like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10. And I would give the end credits alone like an 11 out of 10. I'm just so excited. I also thought the movie had some good humor. Just overall, it was a good time, and if you've been considering going to see it, I would recommend it for sure. Alright, moving on to Life, starring Jake Gyllenhaal, aka my celebrity boyfriend. I adore his movies. You know, The Day After Tomorrow, Source Code, which I feel like is so underrated. What else? He did Nightcrawler. Just, he's awesome. Anyway, for this movie, I didn't really know much about it. I only seen that trailer commercial where the dude puts his hand in the box and something is crushing his hand, and it's like the dramatic movie noise. Quick synopsis, this is about some astronauts at the International Space Station. They have some soil that they're looking at from Mars, and they're able to extract a live cell or bacteria or something, and they're cultivating it to make it grow, and as things go, it becomes uncontrollable, and it becomes a situation of trying to contain it, and also this lingering thought that if they can't contain it, they also need to make sure it doesn't get back to Earth. This movie was so much more suspenseful than I was expecting. It's definitely a sci-fi thriller. Like, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. And I know some people have compared this to like the Alien movies. I just think it's a really different type of thing. The Alien just feels different. Just because of the way the organism and the alien, you know, came to be, it feels different than other sci-fi movies. By the second half, it did feel like, you know, it did feel like a sci-fi movie where an alien gets out of control. You can't help the cliches that come in with an alien in space, sci-fi. It started to feel like that, but it was still. I really enjoyed this. This movie is rated R, not for sexual content, but because I think there's a lot of cursing, I think. But also it just kind of looks disturbing, the things that happen to our astronauts. It was unsettling, but it was really good film work. The cinematography, like the special effects of the whole movie were great. The biggest thing I think people are taking away from this is the ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but like a few moments before the ending, I realized what was coming, and I was just like, I would say that if you liked Gravity, except you wanted more, like my mom, she thought that Gravity was really boring. I remember her saying it would have been better if it had aliens. So I think this is like Gravity plus aliens. Yeah. Overall for this movie, I really enjoyed this one. And I saw it the same day as Kong Skull Island, and so I'm trying to decide which one I liked more. It's just they are very different movies. It's hard to rate. I feel like I'd give this movie like an 8.5, And that's really close to Kong, but for really different reasons. So this is another movie I'd recommend if you like anything sci-fi, space, aliens, thriller, intense. Go for it. It's a fun time. You'll enjoy it. Alright, so that's it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on any of the movies or any other movies you have seen recently. Tell me what movies you're excited to see. Did you guys see that trailer for It, the reboot of the book by Stephen King? It looks fantastic. I am so excited for it. But I'm going to end this here. I'm sure it's a long video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!